Boxing, one of the world's oldest sports, still thrives today. It was part of the original Olympic Games, cherished by the ancient Greeks and Romans. The Romans, influenced by the Greeks and Etruscans, had their own boxing style during the Roman Empire. However, boxing's roots trace back even further, with evidence from 3 RD millennium BCE Mesopotamia. Historians piece together the ancient game through literature, sculptures, mosaics, and archaeological finds. Boxers wore various glove styles, faced off in outdoor fields, and employed tactics like quick footwork, feints, guards, cuts, and throws. Matches continued until one athlete tapped out or got knocked out. Despite the risks of debilitating or fatal injuries, the Roman public enthusiastically celebrated boxing, even facing political criticism. In the ancient world, the roots of formal boxing stretch back to Mesopotamia, dating as far back as the 3rd millennium BCE. A terracotta relief discovered in Eshnunna from 2000 BCE depicts 2 men with wrapped wrists and fists ready for action. Another similar relief from 1200 BCE, found in modern-day Tel Sankara, Iraq, reinforces the sport's early existence. Even Assyrian astrological texts from 2000 BCE make mention of a contest in wrestling and athletics in Assur. Combat had clearly evolved into a respected sport by this point, though the distinction between boxing and wrestling wasn't entirely clear. Over the next millennium, depictions of this sport appeared in various ancient cultures, from Minoan art to Hittite representations, Egyptian art, Greek sculpture and painting, and Etruscan art. The Romans, adopting many customs from the Greeks and Etruscans, embraced their version of boxing. Despite stylistic differences, boxing in the ancient world was considered a uniform sport. Evidence suggests that the Romans followed similar rules, forms, equipment, and techniques as the Greeks in classical Greece. The adaptation of the sport across cultures highlights its enduring appeal and widespread practice in the ancient world. In ancient Greece, boxing had 3 distinct glove types. The first wasn't much of a glove, as the Greeks believed thick padding wasn't fitting for a true athlete. It served more as a training glove, offering too much comfort. The gloves used by professionals were the light thongs and sharp thongs. Light thongs, akin to modern wraps, were thin, flexible rawhide straps with fat dressing, wrapped around the hand in various patterns. They appeared in Greek pottery from the 4th and 5th centuries BCE and in the Iliad. On the offensive side, the sharp thong was a heavyweight. Constructed from denser leather with a sturdy casing around the knuckles, it aimed to inflict serious damage. Unlike wraps, these were structured gloves with finger holes and sheepskin further up the forearm, popular in Greece from the 4th century BCE to the 2nd century CE. The Roman cestus gained notoriety for its brutality. Borrowing from the Greek sharp thong, the cestus replaced the heavy leather knuckle casing with metal. These lethal gloves required sheepskin reinforcement, extending all the way up the shoulder, seen in bronze figurines from the 1st century CE. Some depictions even featured metal knuckles with protruding spikes or blades. These gloves found favor in gladiator games for their ruthless effectiveness. The evolution from Greek to Roman boxing gloves highlights the shift towards more aggressive and formidable weaponry in the arena, reflecting the intense nature of ancient combat sports. At the onset of ancient boxing matches, securing an advantageous position on the field was crucial. Competitions unfolded outdoors during the summer, and contending with the sun in their eyes was a significant challenge. Open-air courtyards served as the standard venues, although large bathhouse halls were also suitable. Despite being an outdoor pursuit, boxing was considered among indoor athletics due to its adaptability. The matches were characterized by agile footwork, small steps, feints, and strategic shifts between the knees, resembling elements of modern-day boxing. An ancient bout concluded when one of the competitors tapped out or got knocked out. The gesture for tapping out involved raising a hand, often with a single extended index finger. Unlike contemporary matches with defined rounds, ancient competitors persisted until a conclusive end. Debates among classical scholars persist regarding certain rules and techniques in ancient boxing. Some argue the absence of a designated boxing ring. Unlike modern weight class divisions in combat sports, the ancient world seemed unfamiliar with such categorization. Literary and artistic depictions often portrayed fighters of varying sizes engaged in combat, suggesting that weight distinctions were irrelevant. Triumph in ancient competitions and gladiator games relied more on superior technique than on categorizing contestants by size, a practice adopted from the ancients. Violence played a prominent role in ancient boxing, with injuries reaching a serious level. Boxers faced the risk of substantial harm, including bruising on limbs and face, edemas, and hematomas, conditions involving the clotting or leakage of blood in body tissues. The notorious cauliflower ear, a response to frequent damage to the ear perichondrium, was a common affliction. The list of potential consequences extended to fractures, particularly in the nose, which could lead to a loss of smell. Cranium-brain bruising posed a severe threat, potentially resulting in disability from cerebral hemorrhage. Additionally, boxers risked losing teeth, and in extreme cases, even death. These effects were not transient. Many became lifelong deformities, and the medical technology of the ancient world offered no cure. The toll on the body and the potential for permanent damage underscore the brutal nature of ancient boxing, revealing the high stakes and sacrifices involved in pursuit of victory. The physical toll on ancient boxers, often irreversible and life-altering, stands as a testament to the harsh realities of this ancient combat sport. Tomb paintings, vases, friezes, bronze statues, and the literary works of Homer, Virgil, Theocritus, Philo, and Galen collectively offer a vivid portrayal of boxing during Imperial Rome, giving contemporary enthusiasts a compelling glimpse into the sport's dynamics. Notably, these depictions reveal a diversity of opinions about pugilism in Roman society. Concerns arose, particularly articulated by Tacitus, that the allure of boxing as a recreational activity might divert young boys from prioritizing military training for the Roman army. Tacitus staunchly advocated for the singular focus on Roman warfare as the paramount pursuit for future generations, wary of any potential dilution of military preparedness through sports. Conversely, Augustus emerged as a boxing enthusiast, challenging Tacitus's perspective. Suetonius documented Augustus's passion for watching athletes compete, irrespective of whether they were Roman or Greek. Augustus's appreciation for boxing may have been rooted in the Etruscan influence, as the preference for this sport over others likely carried over from Rome's predecessors. Interestingly, the Roman attitude toward boxing differed from the Greek mindset. While the Greeks regarded boxing as a refined, formal, Olympic-style competition with established rules, many Romans grew increasingly skeptical as the sport became more structured. This contrast in perception reflects the nuanced relationship between Roman society and the evolving nature of boxing, with differing views on its formality and cultural significance.